Hey, my friends. This is Ryan, and welcome back to Fluent Flow English Podcast. Your first trip in English, is it exciting or scary? Maybe you dream of traveling to another country, exploring new places, and meeting new people. But when you think about using English at the airport, on the plane, or at the hotel, you feel nervous. What if you do not understand? What if you make a mistake? What if you get lost? Many learners feel this way. They want to travel, but the fear of speaking English holds them back. The good news is this: you do not need perfect English to travel. You need a few key phrases, a little preparation, and the courage to try. And that is exactly what this episode will give you. Today, we will walk through the airport step by step from check-in to landing. You will learn what to say at each stage, what to expect, and how to feel confident even if your English is still basic. We will also talk about how to practice during your trip and how to overcome the fear of speaking. By the end of this episode, you will have a simple travel English survival kit. You will know the phrases you need, the situations you will face, and the mindset that will help you succeed. So stay with me until the end, because your next trip can be the best English learning adventure of your life. First, let's start before you even leave home. How to prepare your travel English. Before you leave home, you need a travel English checklist. Many learners think they must study hundreds of phrases before a trip. This creates stress and makes them feel unprepared. The truth is simple. You only need 10 to 15 key phrases to handle most travel situations. These phrases are your survival kit. When you know them well, you feel calm and ready. Start by writing these phrases in a small notebook or in the Notes app on your phone. Choose phrases that match your trip. For example, if you are going to the airport, write, "Where is gate 22? Can I have a window seat? How much does this cost? Where is the bathroom? Excuse me, is this seat taken?" These are short, simple, and very useful. After you write the phrases, practice saying them out loud at home. Yes, it may feel a little silly to talk to yourself in your kitchen, but this practice is powerful. When you say the phrases before the trip, your mouth and brain remember them. During the trip, the words come out more easily. You do not need to think so much. You just speak. You can also practice pronunciation by listening to the phrases in a podcast or video and repeating them. Try to copy the rhythm and the sounds. Do not worry about being perfect. The goal is to feel comfortable with the phrases, so when you need them at the airport or on the plane, they are ready in your mind. Another helpful tip is to imagine the situations where you will use these phrases. Close your eyes and picture yourself at the check-in counter. You see the person behind the desk. You smile and say, "Here's my passport. I have one checked bag." This mental practice makes the real moment feel less scary. Your brain has already been there. Some learners also like to record themselves saying the phrases and listen back. This helps you hear your own voice and notice if something sounds strange. You can adjust and try again. It is like a small rehearsal before the big show. And the big show is your real trip, where you will use English with real people. Do not try to memorize everything in one day. Give yourself a few days or even a week to practice these phrases. A little bit every day is much better than a lot all at once. When you repeat the phrases several times, they move from your short-term memory to your long-term memory. This means they stay with you, even when you are nervous or tired. So, take a few minutes today to write your travel English checklist. Choose your 10 to 15 key phrases. Practice them out loud. Imagine using them. And trust that this small preparation will make a big difference. In the next part, we will walk through the first real step of your trip: check-in at the airport. Now you arrive at the airport, and your first stop is check-in. This is where you show your passport and ticket, and they give you your boarding pass. The boarding pass is a small card or paper that shows your seat number and gate. Without it, you cannot get on the plane. So this step is very important. When you walk to the check-in counter, look for your airline name on the signs. There are usually many counters, so find the right one. When it is your turn, the person will say, "Good morning" or "Hello." You can smile and say "Good morning" back. Then they will ask for your passport and sometimes your ticket. You can say, "Here is my passport," and hand it to them. Next, they will ask about your luggage. They might say, "Do you have any checked bags?" or "How many bags are you checking?" If you have a big suitcase that goes under the plane, you say, "Yes, I have one checked bag," or "I have two checked bags." If you only have a small bag that you carry with you, you say, "No, just carry on." Carry on means the bag you keep with you on the plane. They will also ask if you want a window seat or an aisle seat. A window seat is next to the window, so you can see outside. An aisle seat is next to the walkway, so you can stand up easily. You can say, "Can I have a window seat, please?" or "An aisle seat is fine." If you do not have a preference, you can say, "Any seat is okay." After they check everything, they will give you your boarding pass and tell you your gate number. They might say, "Your gate is 22. Boarding starts at 9:30. You can say, "Thank you," and smile. If you do not understand the gate number, it is okay to ask, "Can you repeat that, please?" or "Which gate?" Most people are very patient and happy to help. One more tip. If your bag is heavy, they will weigh it. Sometimes they say, "Your bag is a little over the limit." Do not panic. You can take out a few things and put them in your carry-on bag. Or sometimes they just let it go. Stay calm and polite, and everything will be fine. Check-in is usually quick and simple. The key is to have your passport ready, know how many bags you have, and be ready to answer a few easy questions. After check-in, you move to the next step, security. This part can feel a little stressful, but it is simple if you know what to expect. At security, your goal is to show that you are not carrying anything dangerous. You will put your bags, jacket, and metal items on a belt that goes through a machine. Then you walk through a scanner. It sounds complicated, but millions of people do this every day, and you can too. When you arrive at security, you will see a line of people waiting. Join the line and watch what others do. This is a great way to learn. You will notice that people take off their jackets, belts, and sometimes shoes. They also take laptops and liquids out of their bags. You do not need to remember everything. Just follow the person in front of you. A security officer might say, "Please remove your shoes," or "Take out your laptop." If you do not understand, you can ask, "Do I need to take off my shoes?" or "Can I keep my laptop in the bag?" They will answer yes or no. Do not be afraid to ask. They are used to helping people from many countries. Put your items in the plastic bins. One bin for your jacket and shoes, another for your bag. If you have a laptop, put it in a separate bin. If you have liquids like shampoo or water, they must be in small bottles and in a clear plastic bag. If you forget this rule, they will take the liquids away. It is not a big problem. You can buy water after security. After you put everything on the belt, you walk through the scanner. Sometimes it beeps. This can happen if you forgot to take off your watch or belt. Do not worry. They will ask you to go back, remove the item, and try again. Stay calm and follow their instructions. Everyone is on your side.
they just want to keep the plane safe. Once you pass through security, collect your items from the belt. Put your shoes back on, your jacket, your laptop back in the bag. Take a deep breath. You did it. Now you are in the secure area of the airport, and you can relax a little. The hard part is over. Next, you will go to your gate and wait for boarding. At the gate, you wait for your flight to be called. This is a good time to relax, buy a snack, use the bathroom, or just sit and listen to English around you. You will hear announcements on the speakers. These announcements tell you important information about your flight. Listen for key words like boarding, gate, delayed, and final call. Boarding means it is time to get on the plane. Gate is the door where you enter the plane. Delayed means the flight is late. Final call means this is the last chance to board. You do not need to understand every word. Just listen for these keywords and your flight number. If you are not sure, you can ask someone at the gate desk. Walk up and say, "Excuse me, is this the gate for flight 123 to New York?" They will say yes or no. You can also ask, "What time do we board?" They will tell you. Do not be shy. Asking questions is normal and smart. While you wait, you might want to buy something to eat or drink. You can practice a little English here. Go to a cafe or shop and say, "Can I have a coffee, please?" Or, "How much is this sandwich?" The person will answer, and you pay. It is a small, safe conversation. Even if you make a mistake, it is okay. You are learning. Some learners use this waiting time to review their travel phrases or listen to an English podcast. Others just relax and people watch. Both are good. The important thing is to stay calm and trust that you are ready. You have your boarding pass, you passed security, and now you are just waiting for your adventure to begin. When they call your group to board, listen for your row number or group letter. They usually say, "Now boarding rows 20 to 30," or "Group B, please come forward." Stand up, take your carry-on bag, and walk to the gate. Show your boarding pass to the person at the door. They will scan it and say, "Have a nice flight." You can say, "Thank you," and smile. Now you are on the plane. This is where your travel English really comes to life. You will talk to flight attendants, find your seat, and maybe chat with the person next to you. Do not worry. Flight attendants are very kind and used to helping people who do not speak perfect English. When you enter the plane, look for your seat number. It is written on your boarding pass. The seats are in rows, and each row has letters like A, B, C. If you cannot find your seat, you can ask a flight attendant, "Excuse me, where is seat 12A?" They will point you in the right direction. If someone is sitting in your seat by mistake, you can politely say, "I think this is my seat," and show your boarding pass. Once you sit down, put your carry-on bag in the overhead bin or under the seat in front of you. If you need help, you can ask, "Can you help me with my bag?" Flight attendants are happy to help. Then, fasten your seatbelt. You will hear a safety announcement. Even if you do not understand every word, watch the flight attendant. They show you what to do with your seatbelt, oxygen mask, and life vest. During the flight, you might want to ask for something. Common phrases are, "Can I have some water, please?" Or, "Can I have a blanket?" Or, "Where is the bathroom?" Flight attendants walk up and down the aisle, so you can raise your hand a little or say, "Excuse me," when they pass. They will stop and listen. Speak slowly and clearly. If they do not understand, they will ask you to repeat. It is okay. If you feel nervous during the flight, remember that flying is very safe. Turbulence is normal. It feels like a bumpy road, but the plane is strong.
If you need to use the bathroom, just stand up and walk to the back or front of the plane. The bathroom door will say occupied or vacant. Vacant means empty, so you can go in. Occupied means someone is inside, so you wait. You can also practice English by reading the safety card in the seat pocket or listening to the in-flight announcements. Some planes have movies and shows in English. You can watch with subtitles if you want. This is a great way to pass the time and practice at the same time. When the plane lands, you will hear, "We have arrived in," and the name of the city. Stay in your seat until the plane stops completely. Then you can stand up, take your bag, and walk out. Follow the signs to immigration and baggage claim. This is the final step of your airport journey. At immigration, you show your passport to an officer. They might ask, "What is the purpose of your visit?" You can say, "Tourism," or "I am here for vacation." They might ask, "How long are you staying?" You can say, "1 week," or 10 days. They might ask, "Where are you staying?" You can say, "At Hotel X," or "with a friend." These questions are simple and the same for everyone. Answer calmly and clearly. After immigration, you go to baggage claim. This is where you pick up your checked luggage. Look at the screens to find your flight number. It will tell you which carousel your bags are on. A carousel is a moving belt where the suitcases come out. Wait there and watch for your bag. When you see it, grab it and go. If your bag does not come, do not panic. Go to the airline desk and say, "My bag did not arrive." They will help you fill out a form and find your bag. This happens sometimes, and the airline usually delivers the bag to your hotel the next day. Once you have your bag, you walk out of the airport. Now you need to get to your hotel or destination. You can take a taxi, Uber, or bus. If you take a taxi, you can say, "Can you take me to this address?" and show them the address on your phone. You can also ask, "How much is it to the city center?" This helps you know the price before you go. If you use Uber or another app, you just follow the instructions on your phone. The driver will come to you. You do not need to speak much. Just confirm your name and destination. It is very easy. Now you are in a new country and your English adventure has just started. But how do you keep practicing during the trip? The answer is simple. Use English every day in small ways. Every time you order food, ask for directions, or talk to hotel staff, you are practicing. And every small conversation builds your confidence. When you are at a restaurant, you can say, "Can I have the menu, please?" Or, "I would like this, please," and point to the item. When you're at the hotel, you can ask, "What time is breakfast?" Or, "Can I have an extra towel?" These are easy phrases, and people will understand you even if your pronunciation is not perfect. If you are lost, you can ask someone, "Excuse me, where is the nearest ATM?" Or, "How do I get to the beach?" Most people are kind and happy to help. If they speak too fast, you can say, "Can you speak more slowly, please?" Or, "Can you repeat that?" Do not be afraid to ask. Asking is part of learning. You can also practice by reading signs, menus, and maps in English. Try to understand the main idea. You do not need to know every word. If you see a word you do not know, you can look it up on your phone or guess from context. This is how you learn new vocabulary in a natural way. Another fun way to practice is to talk to other travelers. Many people at hostels, tours, and cafes speak English as a second language, just like you. You can start a simple conversation. "Where are you from?" Or, "How long are you traveling?" These small talks are low pressure and great for building confidence. Remember, mistakes are normal. Native speakers make mistakes too. The important thing is to try. Every time you use English, you get a little better. And every small win, like ordering food or asking for directions, makes you feel proud and more confident for the next conversation. So, during your trip, challenge yourself to use English at least once a day. It can be as simple as saying "good morning" to the hotel staff or asking "how much" at a shop. These small moments add up, and by the end of your trip, you will notice that English feels more natural and less scary. But what if you still feel too scared to speak? Let's talk about that. Many learners are afraid of not being understood or making mistakes. This fear is normal, but it does not have to stop you. The first step is to change your mindset. Remember that most people are kind and patient. They appreciate when you try to speak their language, even if it is not perfect. Think about it this way. When someone tries to speak your language, do you laugh at them or do you try to help? Most people try to help. The same is true when you speak English. People want to understand you, and they will work with you to make communication happen. Another helpful mindset shift is to see mistakes as part of the process, not as failures. Every mistake teaches you something. If you say a word wrong and someone corrects you, now you know the right way. That is progress. If you forget a word and use a gesture instead, you still communicated. That is also progress. Here are some practical strategies to overcome fear. First, speak slowly. When you speak slowly, you have more time to think, and the other person has more time to understand. Second, use gestures. If you do not know the word for something, you can point or use your hands. Communication is not only words. Third, write things down. If you are asking for directions and you do not understand, you can ask the person to write it down or show you on a map. Fourth, smile. A smile makes you seem friendly and relaxed, and it helps the other person relax too. Fifth, practice the phrase, "Can you say that again, please?" or "I did not understand."
Can you repeat? These phrases are very useful, and they show that you are trying. Let me share a quick example. Imagine a learner named Carlos. He was very nervous about his first trip to an English-speaking country. He practiced his phrases at home, but when he arrived at the hotel, he froze. He could not remember how to ask for his room key. So he took a deep breath, smiled, and said, "Room key, please," and showed his reservation on his phone. The hotel staff understood immediately and gave him the key. Carlos felt so proud. That small moment gave him confidence for the rest of the trip. You can be like Carlos. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to try. And every time you try, it gets a little easier. So before your next trip, remind yourself, I am brave. I can do this. Mistakes are okay. I am learning. Now let's put everything together into a simple travel English action plan you can use for your next trip. This plan has 3 parts: before the trip, during the trip, and after the trip. Before the trip, write your 10 to 15 key phrases. Practice them out loud at home. Imagine the situations where you will use them. Record yourself if you want. The goal is to feel comfortable with the phrases so they are ready when you need them. During the trip, use English every day in small ways. At the airport, use your phrases at check-in, security, the gate, and on the plane. At your destination, order food, ask for directions, talk to hotel staff. Do not be afraid to make mistakes.
Every conversation is practice. After the trip, take a few minutes to think about what went well and what you want to improve. Maybe you felt confident ordering food, but you want to practice asking for directions more. Write down 1 or 2 things to focus on for your next trip. This reflection helps you grow. You can also keep a small travel journal in English. Write a few sentences each day about what you did and what you learned. This is a fun way to practice writing and remember your trip. You do not need to write a lot. Just a few simple sentences like, "Today I asked for directions. The person was very kind. I felt proud." The most important part of this action plan is to see your trip as an English learning adventure, not just a vacation. Every moment is a chance to practice. Every conversation, even a short one, is a win. And every win builds your confidence for the next time. Travel is one of the best ways to improve your English because it is real, fun, and full of small wins. You are not sitting in a classroom. You are using English to solve real problems, meet real people, and have real experiences. This kind of learning stays with you forever. So, as you prepare for your next trip, remember this. You do not need perfect English to travel. You need a few key phrases, a brave heart, and a willingness to try. And when you come back from your trip, you will not only have great memories, you will also have a stronger, more confident English. Now, it is time to practice.
Choose 5 phrases from this episode that you think will be useful for your next trip. Write them down in a notebook or in your phone. Then say them out loud, slowly and clearly. Imagine yourself using them at the airport, on the plane, or at your hotel. This small practice today will make a big difference tomorrow. If you want to keep building your travel English, I recommend another episode from Fluent Flow, the one where I share 7 calm habits to learn English without stress. There, you will learn how to make English a natural part of your daily life, so when you travel, you are already confident and ready. Listen to that episode after this one to keep your English strong and growing. If this episode helped you, remember to follow the podcast, leave a rating, and turn on the notifications so you do not miss the next episodes. This simple action also tells the platforms that this content is useful for other learners. Thank you for listening, my friends. I hope this episode gave you the tools and confidence you need for your next trip. Remember, every journey starts with one small step. And your first step is to practice those 5 phrases today.
Safe travels, and I will see you in the next episode.